Welcome, Eagles fan, to another edition of Bleeding Eagle Green TV. I'm Brian Tallon, and joining me today is our very special guest, 2010 Pro Bowl starter, former Seahawk and Eagles fullback, Leonard Weaver. Leonard, thanks for joining me. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
I'm doing great, thanks. Let me start by saying, man, your injury in that first game of the 2010 season, that was one of the most brutal I've ever seen. I got to ask you, how's the leg doing?
The leg's doing actually very well. And it was brutal, man. I don't think I've ever had any pain like that in my body that I've ever felt before. So, it was pretty gruesome, but man, I'm doing very well. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling healthy, man. I'm feeling real good about things.
Oh, that's great. That's great to see. I mean, I'm so glad that's getting better for you.
Yes, sir.
So, many that saw that injury thought it would be a career ender for you. I mean, I had to say, I thought the same thing, man. That's right as they were carrying you, saw you limping off the field, and when they were running those replays, we thought, it'd be a career ender. But, boy, you never gave up. Are you ready to come back to the NFL?
Yeah, I mean, I've been debating it back and forth every now and then. But no, I mean, it has been a series of questions, man. I mean, this has been something that, I've never faced before, and it's been very difficult to maintain my my optimism at times because of how gruesome it was, and it was very serious. So I do look forward to coming back. There are some days that I don't want to, and there are some days that I do. Sometimes it's just, I guess, an emotional thing. Our emotions go up and down. So, but I do look forward to hopefully being able to come back. And if not, I definitely would still love lingering around the game of football.
That's great. That's great. Hey, babe, it'd be great to see you back. Hey, I remember, very shortly afterwards, I follow you on Twitter, and you and I go back and forth sometimes. And I remember right afterwards, you said on Twitter you were just never going to give up. That you were just, you were going to just work harder. And that kind of optimism, boy, that's tough to take when you're looking at, the adversity that you had to go through and stuff. And I just want to ask you, what advice do you have for somebody that has that kind of adversity and how to maintain that positive outlook that you kept?
Oh man, I would tell any individual who's going through something is that don't allow your circumstances to dictate how you feel and your progress in life, but dictate to your circumstances that you can overcome. And that's kind of been my whole life. That's kind of been my story throughout my NFL career, throughout my college career, high school. I've always been kind of the underdog type of guy, not drafted, free agent. I've always had to work for what's mine. So that's the attitude that I carry. And, it's been hard, and you have your up and down days. But at the end of the day, when you make up in your mind and your heart that I'm going to beat this regardless of what anybody says, then nobody can stop you. And that's what it's all about.
Right. And you truly had that underdog career where, you went from, undrafted to, to a superstar. And, speaking of Twitter, I mean, I recently saw you write, and I'm going to quote you here. It says, "As far as being an Eagle, I would love it. Playing for the Eagles was the best career move ever." And, I know Eagles fans everywhere, they want to know, is there a chance we'll see you in Midnight Green again?
I hope so, man. I mean, that's something that I wouldn't even flinch at, brother. I would, if they were to come or we were to come to the table and agree to terms, which I'm pretty sure we can definitely do, I would jump all over that, man. I mean, I really believe that in my heart. Philly was the best move career-wise for me. I enjoyed playing there. I love the fans, whether they, telling me about myself or not. I love the atmosphere, man, and they're going to be honest and gritty with you. And, I mean, it was just, man, it was one of the best places, the best move in my career, man. And you saw what happened. I was able to make the Pro Bowl. I was able to be an All-Pro. Andy Reid and Marty and those guys in the Eagle organization gave me the exposure that I needed to run the ball, show my abilities and talents. So, man, it was just an all-out awesome opportunity, man, and I'm glad that I took it. I thank God for it.
And, as a player for the Eagles, you were active for a year and a game. And, then you got hurt. But, for being with the Eagles for such a short time, you became such a fan favorite. I mean, the fans just love you, and they want to see you recover and get back into the Eagles fold. And I got to ask you, there's a lot of toughness in the fans here if you're a player, and it's a tough place to play.
Right.
And boy, you somehow overcome that, and the fans just love you and want to see you back there. And I got to ask you, how does it feel to be, admired such, by some of the toughest fans in the NFL?
It feels awesome, man. And just to say thank you to all you fans out there who have been rooting me on, man. Let me tell you, you guys, I feel your prayers. I appreciate it, man. It does a lot for me. You guys have no idea. Through those hard times, man, to be able to look at my Twitter page and get those encouraging messages from people, to get that they're praying for me, man, that meant so much, and I really appreciate it, man. And like I said, playing in Philly, being adored by the fans has been awesome. And I wouldn't change it for the world, man.
Excellent, excellent. Boy, we'd love to see you back. You are one of the fan favorites there. Everybody I talk to wants to see you back in green.
Oh, man.
So, you talked earlier about, you came up through the ranks, and you had the tough route into the NFL for sure. And one thing that I found out about you is you picked up the name the Bishop a long time ago, the nickname the Bishop. Can you tell us how you picked that up, and how that came about?
Yeah, man. Actually, it came about in college, man. My roommate at the time, his name is Eddie Bray. And Carson Newman gave me that name. I was actually doing a lot of ministry, traveling around the country in college, preaching and teaching the gospel, man. And that's how that name kind of came along. And I was making such a big impact on the guys on the team because they would come talk to me, kind of share their issues and their views. And I would kind of be that mediator to kind of let them know the truth in a good way, and then tell them, that's not quite good. And they just really admired me. And I appreciate that because those guys trusted me. And it was the same thing when I got to the NFL, going to Seattle, being called the church van, and, different things like that. So it feels good, man, to know that guys trust you out there, and guys believe in you enough to share their lives with you and to share things that they consider super important to them, and that are very intimate. So that name it's been around for a minute.
Yeah, and you still on your mission there?
I'm still on my mission, man. Actually, that's what I'm doing a lot of now, along with rehabbing. We've been traveling around the country, speaking and teaching. We've also gotten into this new thing I tweeted out the other day. We've started this called, this Project 180 with the Weaver's workers.
Right.
And what we're going to be doing is traveling around to different cities in the country, and we're going to be picking people. They're going to be able to write their letters and send your letters to ltwenterprises@.com. And we're going to read over them, and we're going to pick a kid, girl or female or male, and we're going to buy them clothes or shoes or, never know, a car. I don't know, but something to help these kids get motivated, inspired to be more than what some people are saying that they can be.
Folks, we're going to have this information on the website so that you can make sure that if you have that story for Leonard, you can get that out to him and participate. But we want to make sure that everybody has that. So look to the website, look around this video, and we're going to make sure we have that there. Speaking of that, you've done a lot of work, a lot of charity work, a lot of community work. You've established the Leonard Weaver Family Foundation. You've done a lot of diabetic education.
Yes.
And I know, as a diabetic myself, I know I appreciate, anybody getting out there and showing that. Now you're starting the organization that you're just talking about there, Weaver's Workers, right? And boy, you just can't say enough about the the community involvement that you have, and we really appreciate that. And we'll make sure everybody that's watching this video right now will make sure that you have that information so that you can get your stories into Leonard and see if one of those kids you send in is the one he one of the ones he picks. So that's great. That's great. I saw that the other day on Twitter. Made sure we retweeted it.
Yeah. We want to make sure one of the big things that I have, man, is nowadays using my celebrity and the funds that I've been able to accumulate over my career to give back. This is not, nobody else is giving me any money. I would love to have help, but nobody else is really giving. I'm doing this on my own because there's so many kids out there, man, who deserve a home. So many kids out there who deserve things that they're not being able to get for whatever reason. And, we just want to, my ministry and my family's ministry is to basically allow these kids the opportunity, black, white, green, purple, no matter the color, race, or creed, the opportunity to become somebody in this country, and to be able to make some of themselves, man. Everybody, I believe, deserves that right.
Great, great. That's great. And so tell us one more time how you get in touch with you for that.
You can get in touch with me. You can email me at LTW Enterprises, which is spelled ENTERPRISES at gmail.com. Make sure you put your name, the date you sent it, your hometown that you're writing from, and just let us know if you have a kid out there who needs some guidance, who needs some inspiration, and who possibly need this blessing. And we'll come near you, and we look forward to blessing as many people as we can.
Great, great. And I got one more question. That's, Eagles fans everywhere just want to know, the Eagles, they just didn't meet up with expectations last year, and all of us true fans, man, we're behind the Eagles 100%, win, lose, or whatever they end up doing, we're behind them 100%, and we may get mad during the season, but you know how it goes. We're going to look forward to next year. So, did you follow the team this season? And obviously there's some work that Andy's got to do for next year, and I just want to get your perspective on, what are those things that they're going to work on in camp and the OTAs and things like that? What are they going to improve on for next year? And if so, you see them having a chance to make a run at the Super Bowl?
You know what? I definitely do. There's always a chance to run in the Super Bowl. And if there's a team in the league that always has that possibility, it has been the Philadelphia Eagles under the leadership of Andy Reid. And, I watched the Eagles this year very closely. I was watching McCoy, particularly Michael Vick, the offensive line, usually the guys I played with, to kind of see how they were doing it. And I would text them throughout the season, Deshaun Jackson and Jeremy Maclin, just to see how they were doing it. And I saw a lot of things that didn't, sit with me right. I felt like, that we need to have some more leadership out there from the guys. I really think that's something that we're missing right now, that the Eagles are missing, is that elderly leadership, somebody who's vocal enough to speak about the changes that need to occur, and also somebody who can step up on the field and perform and do what they need to do. I think that needs to happen. Somebody needs to step up to the plate and take care of that. The next thing I would have to say that needs to be addressed, of course, I think defensively, offensively, it's a lot of change that need to be made. I'm not talking about personnel-wise, but I'm just talking about just everybody getting that continuity. And I think by missing the offseason, right. That played a huge part, because we were a young team coming together for the first time. So I think it really impacted us later on in the season, because the younger guys were just hitting that wall. The older guys were telling them to come on. And then you got the guys in the middle that's kind of like, well, we're going to make it happen. So I think this offseason is going to be a tremendous boost for them. And I think that the younger guys who got now the experience of a long season under their belt, they're going to come in ready. They're going to understand the system. They're going to know what's expected of them from Andy Reid and the Eagles organization. And I guarantee you, man, your Eagles are going to go back to the top, man. It's going to be great to see.
That'd be great, and we'd all love it. And hey, this is Brian Tallon. I'm talking to Leonard Weaver on Bleeding Eagle Green TV. We all hope to see Leonard back in Midnight Green. And if not, back in the NFL, you got a choice to make, and hopefully you're healthy enough to get back there. And we, for sure, if you come back, we want to see you in Midnight Green. And fans out there, don't forget the Weaver's Workers. And again, we'll put that information right next to this video, so you can contact Leonard. And Leonard, I just want to thank you from all the fans, from Bleeding Eagle Green TV, from Dan and myself, from bleedingeaglegreen.com. Again, thank you very much, Leonard.
Oh, well, man, thank you. It's been a pleasure. And the website will be up in a couple of weeks. We're working on that. It's under construction. But thank you so much, man. And Eagle Nation, all of you fans out there who are supporting me, man, you don't understand how much it means to have that support. I'll let you guys know. You guys will be the first to know my decision on how I'm going to go about it. I'll make sure I come back to Philly and show you guys love as much as you've shown me. Thank you so much, B-Man, and thank you so much.
Thanks, Leonard. It'd be great to see you back.
All right, man. Take care, guys.